Hey, mamas. Divorce can knock the wind right out of your sails. I get it. I stood where you stand and felt many of the same feelings you're feeling. I totally understand how it's hard to even imagine getting to the other side of this whole process in one piece, let alone consider designing better outcomes. But I'm not going to let you off so easily because deep down, beneath the sadness, the fear, the anxiety, the defeat, the exhaustion, maybe even the rage, is a part of you who is jumping up and down and screaming, yes, yes, I want more peace, more ease, more laughter, more life, more authenticity. I want to remember who I am and the dreams I once dreamed. And yes, I want to find a way to heal emotionally and lean into this other version of me that is possible. I want it for me and for my kids. And you know what? I'm going to find a way to get there. That's what I want to talk to you about today. I'm calling this conversation Planting Seeds. Hi there, mamas. Welcome to the Intuitive Divorce Podcast. I'm Kristen Noel, certified divorce coach and creator of the Best Self Intuitive Divorce, a game-changing program that transforms the experience and outcomes of divorce, one mother at a time. I call it Divorcing Differently. I'm here each week bringing you a quick message to support, inspire, and empower you to achieve the outcomes you want for yourself and your kids. So let's dive into today's episode. Divorce is a long game. It likely took you a little while to get here. It'll take a little while to untangle. But every move you make is planting seeds for how the divorce and your life will unfold. Whether you have a green thumb or not, we're all gardeners of this life we're tending. Sometimes we're planting seeds and envisioning a bountiful future, and other times we're harvesting the fruits of our labors. Sometimes we're stuck in between navigating the elements, waiting out the storms and relying upon faith, reminding ourselves that everything will be okay, that it'll all work out. There's no way around it, only through it. I love this time of year because the natural world around me is all abuzz. Colors popping, birds singing, trees budding, and flowers emerging, sweet fragrance in the air. I tiptoe out of my house and begin to peel off the layers of winter. Can I trust this? Spring is a metaphor for birthing new beginnings, a lullaby of faith. It doesn't happen all at once. It's not like we suddenly wake up and the world is completely different overnight, but the signs are everywhere. Transformation is underfoot. Divorce is like spring, tender and vulnerable. There's evidence of change, but also fear of the unknown. Will the flowers bloom? Will the grass grow? Will I ever feel happy again? There are no guarantees in life, weather, or marriage, and a lot of variables to contend with at any time. But this is precisely why we have to roll up our sleeves and be willing to get our hands in the dirt. It's time to put our gardening gloves on, an invitation to be the architect of your life garden. I know that life feels heavy during the divorce process. Suddenly, days are filled with calls, endless streams of paperwork to fill out, meetings, negotiations, overwhelm, and every emotion in between, as if a busy mom needed another thing on her plate. You know, the truth is that we're always planting seeds in good times and bad. Our actions create reactions. Divorce feels like something that you just have to get through and survive. And I'm certainly not diminishing the emotional upheaval and pain that often accompanies it. But I do want to point out the possibility and opportunity as well. So many of the women I work with lament wishing that they had left sooner, put up with less, not denied what they knew and lost pieces of themselves along the way, shrunk to a version of themselves that is barely recognizable. And while all of that may be true, I invite them to celebrate the fact that they see it now. We don't need to beat ourselves up, feel guilty and ashamed. We don't need to be unkind or angry and self-admonishing about missteps and regrets. That only adds more pollution to the mix. We need to acknowledge the courage it takes to see the truth. Let that sink in for a moment. Not every woman has the courage to leave or to stand up for herself and her kids. Not every woman has the courage to enact change, to see her reflection in all the chapters that brought her to this point. Not every woman has the courage to get into the garden and plant seeds for a new life, fertilized with blind faith and dreams for better outcomes. But you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Yes, life events and heartbreak can knock us to our knees. They can leave us stunned and breathless. And as we sit there assessing what has happened to the world around us, trying to catch our breath, we're faced with a choice. Do I use this? Do I find meaning in it? Do I uncover my role in this? Do I connect the dots of my own life and find what I am meant to learn here? Do I trust myself? And what seeds do I want to plant in this new garden? Your garden is an open field to landscape as you like, Mama. You get to weed out that which no longer serves you and plant what you want. What do you want to grow? What do you want to model for your kids? What do you want life to look and feel like? Hey, everyone loves a happy ending with the heroine riding off triumphantly into a glorious sunset like we see in Netflix movies. But happy endings don't just happen. They're created. Even if you don't know a thing about gardening or nurturing yourself through this roller coaster ride called divorce, you want emotional healing. You don't want to repeat the same patterns that led to here. You want to break free and navigate life differently while holding on to even the tiniest seeds of hope that this is possible, is where it all begins. No, there are no guarantees in life or divorce. The sun may shine one day. We may be flooded out with torrential rainstorms the next. The temperatures may rise and fall. A heat wave or a frost may sweep through. But we can learn to lean on ourselves for answers and trust that we will not only get through this, we will also make meaning of it. We will discover its gifts and what it is trying to show us, and we will nurture a glorious new life garden of our own design. If this is you, if you're ready to plant seeds for a new chapter, one that will feel grounded, heart-centered, aligned with your mama intuition, and something you can feel really good about when you look back and march forward, I'd love to walk beside you during this journey. The seeds of my coaching program were born of my desire to help mamas claim their lives, live vibrantly and authentically and gloriously. And at the core of this is healing. How you divorce matters. How you get through this matters. How you get your kids through it matters. And the condition that you will be in when you arrive at the other side matters because you matter, Mama. I can't stress that enough. And by the way, it's hard to know this before you're in the throes of it, but there's a lot of gardening that needs to be tended to during divorce, and a lot of life that happens between appointments with your attorney or mediator. There are a lot of emotions to deal with. It's not a time to brush your needs aside. No, instead, seize your opportunity, plant your seeds, and create your own happy ending and bountiful garden. You've got this. You know what? I've got you. Thanks for listening to today's episode, but more importantly, for making this time for yourself. If you're a professional, independent mother facing off with divorce, struggling with your emotions, worried about your kids and your future, and want a better way to navigate it all, I've got 2 ways to completely change the trajectory of your divorce and your life starting today. The first is our free divorce workshop. In this training, you'll learn the 3 steps to get off the emotional roller coaster and take control of your divorce so you can save time, money, and heartache for you and your family. Simply go to intuitivedivorce.com/workshop. And the second way is to book a free strategy call with our team, where we'll dive into your situation, your struggles, what you really want, and outline a path to get you there. For a short video and the booking link, go to intuitivedivorce.com/call. Check it out, and I'll see you inside.